Good morning. Today is December 11th, and we just had the CPI report, and after a bearish day yesterday that started one time framing down on the daily, got us back in balance on the weekly, right? Because we stopped one time framing up, so technically we're now in balance for the weekly. We poked below this support zone and bounced pretty nicely, and right now with the CPI release we're bouncing even more. Let's see if we can take this high from yesterday, then we're gonna be in this area where, remember I said yesterday, I said that these two levels were gonna be magnets and the point of control was likely gonna shift down. It just shifted down, the 20-day point of control, and I still think we're gonna start filling this area with volume, and this is gonna become an area where we trade for a little bit and possibly retake these highs, because this, in my opinion, I'm seeing it as a look below and fail, right? Like we're establishing a range, we're looking below, testing support, testing this previous week's low, and then bouncing back. And I think whoever was trying to short starting this day that looked pretty bearish, and yesterday that looked very bearish, they were shorting in the hole and are now gonna get squeezed. They're currently getting squeezed likely, and thinking that this is a short, but I think we're gonna come back up and fuck all the shorts. Having said that, I did trade this long, but then I thought that we were gonna pull back a little bit because it wasn't looking like it was gonna continue, and but you can see that these buyers are still pushing deltas. Look at deltas, how positive they are. Look at internals are high, ticks are high. So I think this is gonna trap a bunch of shorts, in my opinion. It already did, right? But I think more, because people are now gonna start trying to short this area. So basically above yesterday's high, if we get above this low volume area, which I mentioned yesterday, and we bounced to the tick here, right? If we get above this, then we have a little bit of resistance in this weekly pivot area, and we have some single prints up here, but then above that we're just taking the whole move down, right? And the target becomes 60.96, and then above that new highs, and we had a bullish imbalance pending at 119. So basically that's what I'm looking at for today. And the bearish scenario would be we cannot take this high, and then we come back into the point of control, and then we retake this whole range, which at this point it seems like that would be the least likely scenario. If anything, my secondary scenario would be just chop around this area, or chop around, and then retest this 20-day point of control. And if you look at NQ yesterday tested, the bottom side of this range, couldn't fill the gap, and then that bounce brought us back through the value, and we're testing back this same area of resistance from yesterday, which we did test above and then rejected. So if we test above it again, I think we're gonna just go towards the 625 level that I was mentioning yesterday. If we come back and get back below the weekly pivot, then we're likely going to fill the gap. You can hear the tick strike, and you can see how strong buyers are. You can see deltas high, volatility coming down. So we're about testing yesterday's high right now on ES. All right, crude oil looked below this range, fell to break below, came back into value, and now we're testing the upper side of the range again. We're gonna have some resistance here and also some resistance in this area right here, which is at the right below the 70 area. And so this, if you look at this high volume node, it's at 770.10, which is we had some consolidation earlier, I think last week, in that we thought that we might see a continuation, but right now, if you can see that, the trend is down, right? We have lower highs. So I think that this could be an area where we can start looking for shorts again, back into the 69 area and 68.60. And gold, I got stopped out on my attempt to short it. And I said yesterday that if we stay above this zone, that we were gonna see 27.40, and we went right to set 27.40, and now we're pulling back. So this is an area that we keep coming into and then dropping, coming into and dropping, but this is the third time that we're gonna test it. So we're likely gonna see higher prices, and we can look for targets by looking at the 90-day profile, and we can see that this area right here, where the 27.75 area, is a very likely target if we break this highs. So we want to see a strong break above this area, and then we can look for 27.76. Otherwise, we're going back into this lower range again, and likely 26.96 and then 26.64 again. All right. Tomorrow also we have PPI, and we're approaching and jobless claims, but we also remember we're approaching the last couple of weeks of December, which usually are very bullish. So keep that in mind too. And even if we see sellers, remember, end of the year is usually bullish. We have some nice rallies, and so keep that in mind. Santa's coming to town. All right, good luck.